Tonight's game is brought to you by First NBC Bank, where we pride ourselves on stability and soundness, high-quality service, long-term relationships, credibility, and efficiency. Stop by one of our 16 branches. First NBC Bank. Come experience the difference. Here's the batting order for the Rummel Raiders, presented by First NBC Bank. Leading off, number 15, the center fielder, Scott Hale. Hitting second, number 30, right fielder, Tyler Hannon. Batting third, number 7, the shortstop, Ray Veit. Hitting fourth, number 27, the first baseman, Justin Sinibaldi. Batting fifth, number 8, the second baseman, Spencer Veit. Batting sixth, number 25, the designated hitter, Ross Podensky. Batting seventh, number 17, Zach Schmidt, the third baseman. Batting eighth, number 9, the catcher, Scott Migliori. And batting ninth, number 3, the left fielder, Ridge Goodwin. On the mound for the Blue Jays tonight, the Tulane signee, number 19, Emerson Gibbs, a record of 7-1, a 1.07 ERA. Kirk, he's a nice arm for the Blue Jays.
He really is. He's a guy that's going to go out there, he's going to mix it up, he's going to throw that fastball in the low to mid-80s, but he's going to command everything exceptionally well.
Tonight's first pitch brought to you by New Orleans Spice Baseball. Here's the first pitch from Emerson Gibbs, taken for a called strike. Scott Hale at the plate for Rummel, getting things started here in the top of the first. Breaking ball, he takes it for strike 2. 0-2. Kirk, Emerson Gibbs getting on top quickly.
Yeah, that's just what Coach Latino talked about, going to the breaking stuff right out of the gate.
Swung on, chopped foul. Count stays at 0-2 to Hale.
Those are the toughest type of pitchers to hit, guys that aren't afraid to throw a pitch at any certain time, and obviously Gibbs is one of those guys.
Emerson Gibbs looking in, here we go. Misses high. 1-2 the count.
Got underneath the fastball right there, probably tried to put a little bit more on it there, 0-2. Try to put away Hale.
Swung on, foul, third base side, Nick Monica showing off the soft hands down in the third base coach's box.
No bad haps on this field.
No, not at all. Beautiful field out here at John Ryan Stadium, all turf, even the mound.
A little different look, tough to get used to.
All right, here's the 1-2 pitch, misses down, 2-2 to Hale. Nice crowd on hand here tonight. This is a big District 9 5A game. The Blue Jays really trying to separate themselves if they can get a win here tonight. Swung on, ground ball to short. Daigle's got it, tosses it across for out number 1.
Nice play by Daigle. Throw was a little bit low, but Weston did a great job with the backhand pick to prevent Hale from reaching via the error.
Let's take a look at tonight's building blocks to victory, presented by Gibbs Construction. For Rummel, get some runs. Give some run support to Mitchell Seawall. For the Jesuit Blue Jays, keep this momentum going. They defeated Martin on Tuesday night, trying to keep the momentum going here against the Rummel Raiders as they are marching towards the end of the district schedule.
Another first pitch strike by Gibbs.
Swung on, fouled off. Tyler Hannon at the plate for the Raiders, hitting .265 on the season, 10 RBI. 0-2 the count. Hannon calls time and gets it. Blue Jays taking a little time to get the signals in from the dugout, it looks like, and Hannon decided he had waited long enough. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped to first. Weston's got it. It's out number 2. So Emerson Gibbs pounding the strike zone just like Joey Latino told us in the pregame that he would.
And that's what he does, and you're going to see that all night long, especially if he can settle into a rhythm, and it looks like he's come out of the bullpen already in a rhythm. If he continues to do that, he's going to keep these Rummel hitters off balance all night long.
Here is Ray Veit, the shortstop, LSU Unis signee. Breaking ball misses up. Hitting .346 with 3 homers and 20 RBI for the Rummel Raiders. He's one of their big offensive weapons. Swung on. One hopper to short. Daigle's got it, throws across. And that'll do it for Rummel in the top of the first. You were watching the first NBC Bank. So Mitchell Seawald heading out there along with the Rummel Raiders for the bottom half of the first inning. Keep it right here. Kirk, a pretty easy inning for the Jesuit Blue Jays.
Yeah, with these two guys out on the mound, you're probably going to see a lot of that. Very, very typical of the way these two guys work. We saw a lot of it in the first game between Rummel and Jesuit. I know Hess was pitching for Jesuit, but you know he's every bit as good as Emerson Gibbs, and another guy that pounds the strike zone and really tests you.
Here's the batting order for the Jesuit Blue Jays, presented by First NBC Bank. Armin Daigle at short, Mitchell Alexander in right, Matt Breaux at second, Matt Robert catching, Spencer Miller at third, Michael Gogri, the designated hitter, Dylan Westman at first, Kyle Crabtree in center field, and Austin Duncan in left. All right, we're ready to go here in the bottom of the first. Mitch Seawald, 3-1 record, 1.35 ERA. Runs are tough to come by when he's on the mound.
Look at the innings pitched to hit ratio. I'll take that any day. 30 innings, 11 hits. That's unbelievable. And you mentioned earlier, got the big arm, and we're going to see a lot of fastballs out of him tonight.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, Armin Daigle. Number 20, the shortstop for the Jesuit Blue Jays, swings and misses at the first one, 0-1.
There's that good two-seamer. We talked to Coach Monica before the game, and that's pretty much Mitch's bread and butter, is that two-seam sinking fastball.
Breaking ball, tap foul, 0-2 to Daigle.
So much for not showing your stuff, huh? Both second pitches, breaking balls. Not leaving anything in the bag tonight.
These two teams coming out ready to go. They know what this one means. This is a big district game here at John Ryan Stadium. Here's the 0-2 offering from Seawald. Swung on. First baseman over. He's got it easily for the first out. So Daigle pops out to the first baseman for the first out here in the bottom of the inning.
If he keeps throwing that two-seamer in on the hands of...
Do you speak fresh? At Robert Fresh Market, you can buy freshly made sushi, find fresh locally grown and organic produce, along with a vast assortment of signature catering items. Stop into one of the 3 Robert Fresh Market stores today.
As I was saying, if Mitch keeps throwing that two-seamer in on the hands of the right-handed hitters for Jesuit, it's going to be a long night.
Here's Mitchell Alexander in from the left side. Takes first pitch, called strike, 0-1. Alexander hitting .276 on the season. Called strike once again, 0-2. So Seawald quickly ahead of Alexander.
Working both sides of the plate with that fastball.
Here's the pitch, misses high, 1-2. Mitchell Seawald, the LSU signee, on the mound here for Rummel as Alexander fouls it back. Count stays 1-2. Last time these two teams played, not a whole lot of offense. Out at Kirsch-Rooney when Rummel won 1-0 in 9 innings on an Aaron Pickoff throw.
Good splitter right there. I don't know how he laid off of that one. That was a great take right there by Alexander.
Here's the 2-2 pitch from Seawald. Called strike 3. Got the outside corner. Alexander goes down looking for out number 2. It's going to bring up Matt Breaux, second baseman for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to score runs tonight against these guys, you're gonna have to try to create some runs. You know, hitting and running, stealing some bases, because these guys aren't going to give you anything.
So Matt Bro steps in, swings and misses at the first offering, which was a nice-looking breaking ball from Mitchell Sewall. Bro hitting .319 on the season.
Sitting dead red right there.
Takes another one for a strike, so it's 0-2 quickly. Sewall doing a great job of getting on top of these Blue Jay hitters here in the bottom of the first. Swung on, ball gets away. Bro takes off, and he's going to reach. So the Blue Jays have a man on with 2 outs. Ball just got a little bit too far away from Migliore to have a play down at first base, so the Blue Jays with a runner on, 2 outs.
And once the ball gets away from the catcher on this AstroTurf with any kind of velocity, it's going to the backstop. There's nothing going to stop it. Good breaking ball, sharp bite, fooled Bro badly, but winds up on first base with the wild pitch.
Here's the Blue Jay catcher, Matt Robert, who steps in there ready to swing it. It swings through the first one. Good fastball from Sewall. Robert hitting .274 on the year, 1 home run, 12 RBI. Jesuit catcher. 1-1 to Robert. Really a great atmosphere here at the ballpark. Both schools very well represented here tonight.
As always.
Swung on and missed again. Runner takes off, throws there, and they got him. So Migliore throws out Matt Bro to end the bottom of the first. We've played 1 complete. No score between the Rummel Raiders and the Jesuit Blue Jays. You're watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. If you want to see your athletic event on TV, it can happen. Contact the pros at DW Productions to find out how. Call myself at 504-481-5897 or Wayne Barber at 858-6305. All right, top half of the second inning. Sinibaldi steps in for the Rummel Raiders to get things started. This is away. Count 1-1 to Justin Sinibaldi. Big first baseman for the Rummel Raiders. Emerson Gibbs getting his sign from Robert. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Nice looking one right on the outside black.
That 8 hitters stepping.
It's the Protein Rush second inning. For dramatic muscle building, morning, noon, and night Protein Rush distributed locally by Southern Eagle. There's a pitch swung on, chopped towards the second baseman. Gibbs gets there just in time. Really nice athletic looking play there by Emerson Gibbs covering. So it's 4-1 on the putout.
That was an excellent play by Gibbs to get over there. He stayed on his path to the first base bag. The first baseman Weston had to try to make a play on it, but great job by Gibbs in communication between Bro and Weston over there.
Spencer Veit steps in and wastes no time, but he lines out to Austin Duncan in left field for out number 2. So a quick out there. Spencer Veit ready to go in the first pitch. He lines out to left. That'll bring up Ross Budensky for the Rummel Raiders, number 25. First pitch strike, 0-1.
But I was about to say, we've got 10 batters step into the batter's box tonight, 9 first pitch strikes. It's going to be a quick one if that keeps up.
Here's a pitch from Gibbs, breaking ball down in the turf. Can't say dirt.
The brown turf.
Budensky hitting 247 on the season, 21 RBI for Rummel, so he's done his fair share of driving in runs this year for the Raiders, Coach Nick Monica. Here's a pitch from Gibbs. Nice.
His batting average isn't probably where he would like it, but he is producing runs, and that's really all that matters.
Boy, Gibbs really painted the corner on that one, and it's 1-2 to Budensky. Fastball away, 2-2. See if he comes back with that good breaking ball he's had a feel for.
Yeah. So far in early going, he's really commanded that outside part of the plate. Very liberal strike zone, so he's going to stay out there as long as he's getting it.
Here's the pitch. Came back with the fastball, changed things up a little bit. May have thought he was looking breaker and wanted to come on the hands with the fastball. Budensky does a good job of just staying alive.
Did a great job of fighting that off. Be interesting to see if he doesn't get that breaking ball away right here.
And you see Joey Latino of the Jesuit Blue Jays directing his guys out there. Misses away with the breaker. And that'll run the count full, 3-2 to Budensky.
Just a bit outside right there, as Pop Yuka would say.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off. And you know, Kirk, as a pitcher, 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on base. You want to come get this guy. You don't want to give them any life with 2 outs.
So I hated 2-out walks just as much as leadoff walks. They always seem to come back to haunt you.
We'll do it again. Swung on and fouled off. Budensky having a nice at bat because down the road, these extra pitches may mean something.
It very well could, and you want to minimize that pitch count as much as possible. That's why we used to always say the 2-2 count is the one where we want action. That's the action pitch, the 2-2 count.
There's the pitch. Fastball painted the outside corner. And Emerson Gibbs strikes out Budensky to end the inning.
Hey, let's get the bats going now. Let's go.
Rummel nothing, Jesuit nothing. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Tonight's game is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for 35 years. Builders of the New Orleans Arena and the Hilario Center, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. It's time for the bottom of the second inning. No score between Rummel and Jesuit. There you see the great crowd on hand here tonight. Such a gorgeous facility that Jesuit High School has put right here in Jefferson Parish.
It really is. It's the crown jewel, isn't it?
It's really nice. I mean, this is a college type atmosphere out here.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. Some of the kids are going to go on to play college baseball. They're going to be playing on a field that's worse than their high school field. That doesn't happen too often these days. Scott Migliore didn't get the memo that the inning ended.
Hey, you see Ed Daniels from ABC 26 in the stands here tonight. Glad to see Ed out here. First pitch taken for a called strike to Matt Robert, the Blue Jay catcher, who will lead things off here in the bottom of the inning. Here, one pitch from Seawall, swung on. Driven out to right center, but Hannon is there to put it away. So Robert flies out to right for the first out. If you want to save up to 40% on auto insurance, call former Shaw and LSU pitcher Chase Dardaw with State Farm Insurance. You can also get auto, homeowners, and life insurance, banking, and financial services. Call Chase at 504-861-4529 or visit chasedardaw.com. Spencer Miller fouling the first one off, so he's down 0-1 as Mitchell Seawald continues to paint the zone on the mound for the Rummel Raiders. He's really throwing a lot of strikes.
He really is. He's been ahead of everybody. He's dominant with that big fastball. The Jesuit Blue Jay hitters just can't seem to catch up to it. That was the same thing that happened in the first matchup between these two teams.
Fouls the second offering back from Seawald, so he's down 0-2. So you have to battle here. Spencer Miller for the Jesuit Blue Jays. Swung on, back to the mound. Seawald's got it. He's going to take it himself. Ran it all the way over there. Not taking a chance.
No, he's not leaving anything to chance. He's like in the Bad News Bears, was it Kelly Leach? Playing every position. Bugs Bunny.
And then you're going to see it again right here in the Robert Fresh Market replay. It's a foot race over the first base as Seawald takes it himself, not taking any chances. As we mentioned, the Robert Fresh Market replay as Michael Gogrieve, the designated hitter for the Blue Jays, steps in.
I think it only took Mitch about 3 strides to get to first base, as tall as he is.
He's full of energy out there on the mound, as you can see. Breaking ball over. Gogrieve hitting 278, 10 RBI for the Blue Jays. Spent some time at first base this year, some time at DH. Seawald misses away.
6'5", Mitch Seawald, huh?
Got a great looking frame. You can bet the Tigers are going to beef him up, and he's going to be a big time arm for them in Baton Rouge. Gogrieve fouls that one away. 2-2.
He reminds me a lot of one of the LSU pitchers that they have on the staff right now, Kurt McCune. Same type of build, same type of arm action, live arm, good sinker, good downhill plane.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled away again.
Heads up in the on-deck circle.
Got to be on your toes.
There's a shave and a haircut right there for Dylan Weston.
Two outs. Here's the pitch from Seawald. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the bottom half of the first inning. We have played 2 complete at John Ryan Stadium. No score. We'll be back on the first NBC Bank Prep Baseball Showcase. Tonight's game is brought to you by First NBC Bank, where we pride ourselves on stability and soundness, high-quality service, long-term relationships, credibility, and efficiency. Stop by one of our 16 branches. First NBC Bank. Come experience the difference. We're back, top of the third. As Zach Schmidt will get things started for Rummel. Emerson Gibbs misses down. Count evens up at 1-1. Zach Schmidt hitting .263 on the year for the Raiders. The 1-1 pitch swung on, chop foul. 1-2. Want to thank you for being with us tonight here in WHNO. This has been a great showcase. Wonderful teams, coaches, players. Really excited about being able to bring these games to you through the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase as Zach Schmidt fouls off another. Counts 1-2.
This really is an awesome deal for these kids. You know, to play in front of your hometown on TV. You know, get a chance to see what you look like. Some of the things you can use this as a teaching tool.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Gibbs. Breaking ball. Hit to the first baseman, Weston. He'll take it himself. That's an easy one for the first out. Tonight's game is brought to you by Big Easy Scooters. Want a new exciting way to zip around the city? Big Easy Scooters offers sales, service, and rentals on the leading brands. Come see us at 3926 Magazine. Call us at 269-6465 or visit our website at bigeasyscooters.com. As Scott Migliori, the catcher for the Rummel Raiders, steps into the box and takes the first pitch for a ball. So 1-0 the count to Migliori, hitting .151 on the year. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
Very rare first pitch ball. Coming into the inning, Gibbs had thrown 24 pitches, 18 of them for strikes. Seawall 22 pitches, 19 for strikes. Home plate umpire's right arm's going to get tired.
Taps this one to third. Miller's got it. Tosses it across for the out. So Schmidt is retired. I'm sorry, Migliori is retired. 5-3.
Nice play right there by Miller coming in on the run, tossing it over to retire the Rummel catcher, Migliori.
There you'll see it again, Migliori hustling down the line, but Miller's throw right on the money for the second out as Ridge Goodwin steps in for the Raiders.
It's nice on the slow rolls when you've got a catcher running down the line. Makes that play a little bit easier for you.
A rare 2-0 start to Goodwin by Emerson Gibbs.
I think that's the first one tonight, as a matter of fact.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, swung on, driven out to left center field. This one may find some green, and it does. Rich Goodwin can run. He's on his way to third. He's going to be in there easily, and Rich Goodwin goes the other way with a stand-up triple for the Rummel Raiders here with 2 outs in the top of the third.
Drove that high fastball. You see, and that's what happens when you get behind in the count. He's sitting on the fastball. He got the fastball. It was up in the zone a little bit. Drove it into that spacious gap out there in left center field, and the way he can run, that's got triple written all over from the get-go.
There was another look at it on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Rich Goodwin with the stand-up triple. Jesuit actually just appealed, saying that he missed second base, but the umpire said he did not. So the triple stands with 2 outs here as Scott Hale steps in, the leadoff hitter for the Raiders. Grounded out to short his first at bat. Emerson Gibbs out of the stretch now with the man on third. Fastball right on the outside corner. That's a pitcher's strike there. He painted it.
He really did. And that's where he's been at his best tonight, is on that outside edge.
Gibbs getting his sign from Matt Robert. There's a pitch swung on. Base hit in the right field, and Rummel will take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. All of this happening with 2 outs.
A little two out lightning right there. That ball was hit off the end of the bat by Hale, and I think it really fooled Bro over at second base. He thought it was hit a little bit harder than it was, and he mistimes his jump, as you'll see here on the replay.
Yeah, you see it again on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Just kind of mistimed the jump, as Kirk mentioned. Got it out in the right field, and there's Ridge Goodwin plating the first run for the Rummel Raiders. Robert Fresh Market replay. I want to thank the Robert family for all their support. Beautiful grocery stores. If you haven't been to a Robert Fresh Market, you need to take a look. They are gorgeous stores, and we want to thank them for their support of the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase and helping getting these games here on WHNO TV.
See, this might be a good spot to try to make something happen even more with 2 outs, maybe attempted steal right here, and then you can get two for the price of one. As you know, runs are going to be tough to come by.
Tyler Hannon at the plate for the Raiders. Two outs and runner on first here for the Rummel Raiders in the top of the third, as they now lead 1-0 over the Blue Jays. Swung on, chopper down the third base side, foul ball. Spencer Miller grabbing it in foul territory.
I mean, this is one of those instances where you want to try to make something happen. You know Hale's got good speed. He's your leadoff batter, your center fielder, so you know he can run a little bit. And even if he were to get thrown out, you still can start the next inning with your 2-3 and your 4-hole hitter coming up.
Hannon 0 for 1 on the night. Here's a pitch. Nice fastball on the outer part of the plate once again for a called third strike. Hannon goes down looking to end the top of the third. We've played 2.5. It's Rummel 1, Jesuit 0. We'll be back. Ultimate Student Athletes. Let's meet the Wally Pontiff Jr. Ultimate Student Athletes. For Rummel, Mitchell Seawald, the senior, a 3.68 GPA. He'll be attending LSU. Mitchell Seawald getting it done on and off the field. As the first pitch taken for a strike. And for the Blue Jays, Matt Bro, the senior, a 3.97 GPA. He will be attending Tulane University next year. We want to credit both of those young men for a great job of getting it done on and off the field and being tonight's Wally Pontiff Jr. Ultimate Student Athlete. As Dylan Weston grounds out to Ray Vite at shortstop for the first out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Kyle Crabtree, the Blue Jay center fielder.
Matt Bro's dad was one of my first coaches at Mike Miley Playground.
Crabtree, the speedy Blue Jays center fielder in there, takes a called strike. 0-1. Swung on, fouled off.
Good 0-2. That's a real good look at the downhill plane that Mitch Seawald creates with his delivery. Being 6'5", standing on that hill out there, that ball's coming straight down at these Jesuit hitters.
Breaking ball taken for a called strike. Boy, was that nasty. Big hook.
And he drops
from
that
Mitchell
one.
Seawald. Delary Camana Realtors is dedicated to going the extra mile to help New Orleanians make the most of their real estate experience. If you're thinking of buying or selling in the New Orleans area, call Delary Camana Realtors at 875-3555 or visit their great website, nolahomefinder.com. The Delary Camana Realtors want to welcome them as a sponsor of the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. And Camarda was my real estate agent when I bought my house out in Kenner. Did an outstanding job. Give them a call if you're interested. Nice play across the diamond by Schmidt to end the inning. We have played 3 complete. It is Rummel 1, Jesuit 0. We'll be back. Do you speak fresh? At Robert Fresh Market, you can buy freshly made sushi, find fresh, locally grown and organic produce, along with a vast assortment of signature catering items. Stop into one of the 3 Robert Fresh Market stores today. Back at John Ryan Stadium for the top of the 4th. This game moving swiftly, Kirk Bullinger.
A lot of strikes will do that for you, and these guys have been doing it all night.
As Ray Veit, the shortstop for the Raiders, will get things started. Ray Veit chops it out to second. Rose got it. 4-3 for the first out here in the top of the 4th.
One thing, I'd love to play infield behind these guys.
The 4th inning of tonight's game is brought to you by Delary Camana Realtors, dedicated to going the extra mile to help New Orleanians make the most of their real estate experience. Call Delary Camana Realtors at 875-3555 or visit nolahomefinder.com. nolahomefinder.com. As Justin Sinibaldi, the first baseman for the Rummel Raiders, steps in. Fouls that one down the right field line. Sinibaldi grounding out to the second baseman in his first at-bat tonight. Here's the pitch from Gibbs. Swung on, driven out to center field. Plenty of room for Crabtree. He puts it away. 2 outs in the inning.
What I was saying is playing infield behind these 2 pitchers has got to be a joy. Even when the ball's put in play, it's not even put in play very hard. So your plays are very, very routine all night long.
Brings up Spencer Veit. Flew out to left at his first at bat. Fastball misses high from Emerson Gibbs. 1-0. As a fastball for a strike. Tonight's umpire Shane Rigdon on the bases and Brett Cassera behind home plate. One and one to count to Spencer Veit. Ray's younger brother, who more than likely is going to assume the shortstop duties when his brother heads to LSU Eunice next year.
Just going to slide over there.
Breaking ball misses away from Gibbs. 2-1.
Ray's going to a great junior college program. That team annually competes for the Junior College World Series title. Got a good thing going on over there in Eunice.
Swung on, Spencer Veit into the right center gap, but there's Crabtree over there to make the catch, and that will do it for the top of the fourth. So we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Rummel 1, Jesuit nothing. If you want to save up to 40% on auto insurance, call former Shaw and LSU pitcher Chase Dardar with State Farm Insurance. You can also get auto, homeowners, and life insurance. Banking and financial services. Call Chase at 504-861-4529 or visit ChaseDardar.com. I want to thank Chase for his support of these high school broadcasts. First pitch, called strike to Armin Daigle. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Popped out in foul territory to the first baseman in his first at bat. Another breaking ball taken for a strike, and that's really tough when a guy with this kind of velocity on his fastball can flip that breaker in there when he wants to.
Yeah, it really is, because these guys are going to have to cheat to catch up to that fastball, and then he drops the big hammer on you, and it's all she wrote.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball is short. Veit leaves it behind him, and Daigle reaches, and that may be one of the breaks that the Blue Jay offense was looking for.
That was one of those routine ground balls hit off the end of the bat, not very hard, and Ray Veit just tried to hurry that play, and I don't think he really needed to, and he pulled up on it before he caught it.
You'll see it again here in the Robert Fresh Market replay. Just kind of left it behind him a little bit, and Daigle is able to reach. So Mitchell Alexander steps in, shows bunt, takes ball 1.
I'll tell you another thing, bunting against a guy that throws this hard is not a very easy chore. He's very easy to pop up a guy like Mitch when he's throwing that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, especially when it's up in the zone.
1-0 the count to Alexander, taken for a called strike, 1-1. Mitchell Alexander 0 for 1 on the night, struck out in his first at-bat looking. Here's the 1-1 pitch, shows bunt again, takes it for a ball. That one was close.
It's a good pitch. Might have been a little bit inside and low. Surprised he didn't offer at it. Good pitch to bunt. The ball down's the one you want to bunt. You don't want to bunt that letter high one.
There's a pitch from Seawall. There's Alexander, fouls it off down the left side here at John Ryan Stadium. Two the count to Alexander, takes ball 3. 3-2.
I think Scott McElroy might have robbed Mitch Seawall of a strike right there. He caught that and he pulled that sinking fastball down and out of the zone.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off again. Alexander hanging tough. There's a good look at big number 10, Mitchell Seawall. You'll see him in purple and gold next year.
It's my old number at Rummel, number 10.
Good number. Here's the 3-2 pitch taken for a called strike. Runner goes. He is in safely, so Daigle swipes second. Alexander strikes out for the second time tonight.
That left-handed batter I think, hid the base runner attempting to steal right there, and Migliore wasn't even aware that he was going till he was about halfway down the baseline.
If you would like a copy of tonight's game, email us at prepdvds@aol.com. prepdvds@aol.com. A member of DW Productions will get right back with you, and we'll get you a copy of tonight's game. Breaking ball high, 1-0 the count.
See if Matt Breaux might be sitting on a breaking ball. He's got 3 out of about 4 pitches from Seawald so far in this game were breaking balls. That's his best chance right here.
Misses down to Breaux. 2-0 the count to Matt Breaux, 0 for 1 on the night. But he did reach on that wild pitch. So he has reached base.
He's seen 5 straight breaking balls. 3 in a row the first time, 2 in a row this time. He needs to sell out and try to drive one.
So the Blue Jays with a runner in scoring position here, Kirk. And this is where you got to make it happen.
This is it. This is why you're hitting in the 3-hole. You gotta try to drive that run in. I'm telling you, he's going to get himself another breaking ball before it's all said and done. Here comes the fastball.
Taken for a called strike. So it's 3-1.
And it's not really even a big deal if he does throw a breaking ball and loses him. It sets up the double play with the not so fleet of foot Robert following.
Swung on and missed. And Seawald is fighting his way back into this count. He's not giving in even though first base is open.
He's a bulldog out there. If I had his stuff, I'd be a bulldog too.
He can throw it. Here's the kick and pitch. Swung on, fouled off. Bottom of the 4th here. Rummel leading Jesuit 1-0. Here's part of the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. Want to thank Ashton Ryan and the whole gang over at First NBC Bank for everything that they do for prep sports in the New Orleans metro area. Time called at the plate as Matt Breaux steps out. Took a little bit longer than he felt comfortable with.
Both of the Rummel middle infielders are holding the runner on at second.
Here's the pitch. Down, the runner is going to take off and pick up the base over at third. So heads up base runner there by Armendego, so he's on third. And Breaux, via the walk, is now on first. The Blue Jays have runners at the corners. So runners on first and third for the cleanup hitter, Matt Robert, the Blue Jay catcher. Joey Latino having some words with him, giving him some pointers, saying, hey, this is why you're hitting in the cleanup spot, to be in this spot in this big district game, Matt Robert.
That's exactly right. It'll be interesting to see how Seawald approaches him here. He got in trouble, and he started Breaux off with the breaking balls. He's in a little bit bigger jam right now. Let's see if he goes back to the breaking ball.
First pitch to Robert is a good fastball on the out of third. He swings through it. 0-1.
Played Powder River with that one.
The runners at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th as the breaker skips in there.
Good block.
Migliore keeping it in front of him, keeping that runner at bay, and that's huge because that play right there by Migliore keeps the double play in order. It's a big block off back there. There's a fastball fouled off. 1-2 to Robert.
Yep, you're right. Not only did he save a run, but he kept the double play in order. Again, on this surface, anything that's hit at an infielder should be a double play.
So 1-2 to Robert. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Jesuit runners at the corners. Here's the pitch from Seawald, swung on and fouled off. Robert giving the Jays a tough at-bat here.
And this is only the second batter of the game that Seawald's had to pitch out of the stretch from. And you saw what happened. The first batter he had to face out of stretch because he hadn't done it in 3 innings. He walked him, fell behind, and then he eventually lost him.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on, hit out into left, Rich Goodwin is going to take it. Daigle is going to tag, and he'll score easily. And the sac fly by Matt Robert has tied things up here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. It is now 1-1 as the Blue Jay faithful applaud Matt Robert and his sac fly to tie the game.
That was a good piece of hitting by Robert with 2 strikes, got a fastball up in the zone, which is what you're looking for in that situation, because all you're trying to do is get the ball in the air over the infielders. Sacrifice fly is exactly what you're looking for right there. Got the run in, and we got a tie ball game.
There you see the Blue Jays plating their first run of the night on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Spencer Miller at the plate now for Jesuit. Runner goes. Looks like they're going to have him hung up. He's trying to get back to first. Cannot do so as Sinibaldi applies the tag, and that will do it for Jesuit in the bottom of the fourth inning. Obviously trying to run there and get that guy in scoring position, but Rummel doing a good job of defense right there, making Roy behind the plate. We'll be back with the fifth inning. You are watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. Tonight's game is brought to you by First NBC Bank, where we pride ourselves on stability and soundness, high-quality service, long-term relationships, credibility, and efficiency. Stop by one of our 16 branches. First NBC Bank. Come experience the difference. Ross Badensky ready to get things started for Rummel here in the top of the fifth inning. We're now knotted up at 1.
That was about as unearned a run as you could possibly get. Error. They practically allowed him to steal. Then we had a pass ball, then a sac fly.
Against a Mitchell Seawald, you take it any way you can get it.
What you can get. Beggars cannot be choosers.
It's one more than they scored on him the first time. Badensky 0 for 1 with a strikeout. In his first at bat, there's a rare 4-pitch walk out of Emerson Gibbs, so the leadoff man is on for Rummel here in the top of the fifth.
The Jesuit faithful not too happy with Mr. Brett Casera on that pitch, especially. Couple of boos in the crowd.
Pitch runner, number 6, Alex Brennan.
Alex Brennan's going to pinch run for Rummel. Over at first base, Alex Brennan is the young man who scored all the way from first base on the Aaron Pickoff throw in the first meeting between these two teams that won the game for Rummel. He can really get moving on the bases. So Nick Monica puts him in, and Zach Schmidt squares around the bunt, bunts it foul, be 0-1 to Schmidt. So Nick Monica playing fundamental textbook type baseball here in this one-run game.
This is one of those instances where we're talking about a guy with that kind of speed. Maybe you give him a chance to steal at first and then bunt him over to third, because it is so tough to produce runs against these guys.
Here's the pitch from Emerson Gibbs, breaking ball. Schmidt gets the bunt down. That's going to move the speedy Brennan into second. Schmidt is retired, 1-3 on the putout for the first out here in the top of the fifth. Our center field camera coverage tonight is brought to you by Gibbs Construction. With strong relationships and strong results, for 35 years. Gibbs Construction, our center field camera here tonight at John Ryan Stadium. Hey, Mike. Let's see you waving. Mike out there in center field doing an outstanding job for us. Pinch hitter for the Rummel Raiders. Number 13, Dustin Mathern, will pinch hit in place of Scott Migliori. First pitch fouled straight back. There you see his numbers on the year. Top of the fifth, 1-1 game between the Raiders and the Blue Jays. This one is shaping up to be another good one.
Another barn burner. One of the biggest rivalries in all the state.
Has a pickoff to second, and he is back in safely. Emerson Gibbs trying to go get him with a nice quick move, but Brennan is back in there. So Mathern at the plate, 0-1 count. See Dago standing right on the base out at second. He'll break away. The 0-1 pitch is down and away. Evens the count up at 1-1.
It's a little unorthodox the way they do that up in the middle. Jesuit does it a little differently than most of the middle infielders that you see.
Here he goes, and here's the pitch from Gibbs. Swung on and missed. 1-2 to the pinch hitter, Mathern, for the Raiders. Dustin's a senior. One-two count as Emerson Gibbs takes a long look in to Matt Robert, gets his sign. Here's the kick and pitch. Misses off the outside part of the plate, trying to paint the corner. Misses away, 2-2.
Going back.
Base hit is going to score Brennan easily. He can really roll. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Called, third strike. For the second out, so the pinch hitter Mathern goes down for out number 2. Big Easy Scooters. Tonight's game is brought to you by Big Easy Scooters. Want a new exciting way to zip around the city? Big Easy Scooters offers sales, service, and rentals on the leading brands. Come see us at 3926 Magazine. Call us at 269-6465 or visit our website at BigEasyScooters.com. Want to thank Frank Adolph and Big Easy Scooters for their sponsorship of these games here on WHNO. It's really a great thing that the community did with these games, these high school games. Really a lot of good people stepping up to help get these young men the type of recognition that they really deserve, and put baseball on TV just like you see football on TV in the fall. Now you've got prep baseball on TV in the spring as Ridge Goodwin steps in. He had that triple and scored the only Raider run tonight. Gibbs comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, so it's 0-2 to Ridge Goodwin.
I'm looking at the big screen over here.
Here's the pitch from Emerson Gibbs. Just missed with that one, Bull.
He did. That was a great 0-2 pitch right there, and a great eye right there by Ridge Goodwin laying off of that, because there's not a whole lot he would have been able to do with that. But this is shaping up to be a Ridge Goodwin kind of game. He could be big-time hero if he comes up with another 2-out hit right here.
Here's the 1-2. Painted the inside corner on that one, and Goodwin takes it for a called third strike, and that's going to do it for the Raiders in the top half of the 5th inning. You're watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rummel and Jesuit tied at 1. Portobello Catering features full-service event and catering services, whether it's a wedding shower, party, or other themed event. We'll make you feel like a guest at your own party. Call Portobello at 833-2120 or check out portobellocatering.com. To thank Roy Ernst for his support of these broadcasts at Portobello Catering. As we get the bottom of the fifth started here at John Ryan Stadium, Spencer Miller in there for the Blue Jays.
Got a little visit from the Blue Jay mascot out there.
Oh, Jason with his brand new costume making his rounds at John Ryan as Ray Veit pulls in that line drive off the bat of Spencer Miller for out number one.
Though a little bit out in front of that pitch by Sewall, hit that a little bit off the end of the bat. Didn't have a whole lot behind that. Nice play by Veit.
Here's Michael Gogrieve. Gogrieve steps in and fouls the first offering off. 0-1. Gogrieve 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off again.
Little jam sandwich right there. Again, that's that two-seam, that nasty two-seam fastball that just keeps boring in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. The only way you can get to that is if you cheat to it.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Sewall. High fastball. Gogrieve goes after it, swings through it. He goes down for the second out.
Really, the best way to approach hitting against Mitch right now is you've got to basically give up that inside half of the plate. If he throws it in, you got to lay off of it and look for something out away from it.
Green Benefits, your local employee benefit specialist. Give them a call at 504-481-5897 as Dylan Weston steps in for the Blue Jays with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom half of the fifth at John Ryan Stadium. His key District 9 5A game between the Blue Jays and the Raiders. The last one decided in extra innings. Rummel victorious 1-0 in that one. As Weston fouls that one off. 0-2.
They're living up to their billing, aren't they, Danny?
They sure are. These two teams love to play classics, if you will. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off again. And that really says a lot about the velocity of Mitchell Sewall, all the foul balls you see tonight.
Yep, a lot of foul balls and then check swings on the breaking ball. Just shows you how good his stuff really is tonight.
So Weston down in the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, misses high. That was one of those ones where it looked better after it crossed the hitter.
Correct. And half of the Rummel Raider infield was making their way to the dugout on that. They were expecting that right hand to come out from Brett Casera.
Base hit in the right. So Dylan Weston with a little 2-out offense for the Blue Jays.
Just kind of poked that one over there to right field. Right between first baseman and second baseman, Sinibaldi and Veit.
Dylan Weston with the Blue Jays' first hit of the ball game. You're going to see it again right here, the Robert Fresh Market replay. Fastball away, goes with it to the opposite field for Jesuit's first hit of the night here in the bottom of the fifth. As Kyle Crabtree, the speedy center fielder, steps in for the Blue Jays from the right side. Fastball misses down. 1-0 to Crabtree, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
The Blue Jays have totaled the amount of hits that they got in their last effort against Mitch. A couple of innings ahead of time, though, tonight.
Sewall comes set. There's the pitch, misses down. So 2-0 to Crabtree. Blue Jays with a runner down at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Taken for a called strike right on the inside corner.
Another great pitch right there on the inside corner, and there's really not a whole lot you can do with it.
2-1 pitch from Seawald, swung on and missed. Another good fastball out of big number 10 for the Raiders.
And it's certainly not a pitch that you want to swing at when you're ahead in the count, because that is a pitcher's pitch right there.
So 2-2 to Crabtree. Swung on, chop. Third baseman's going to have to come up and get it. Does Schmidt? He doesn't have a play, and everybody is safe. And that's an infield single for Todd Crabtree. The Blue Jays now have 2 hits.
And that came off the bat. I thought it might have hit his foot, but there was no reaction by anybody on the field, so apparently it didn't. But let's take a look at this replay again.
Robert Fresh Market replay. You'll see Crabtree, and he can run. He's a center fielder. Chops it out there towards third. Zach Schmidt came in, didn't have a play, really made the smart play by holding on to it. And runners are safe in both spots for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's a play where if he throws it, that could easily wind up all the way down the right field line with a run in, and you throw the guy a triple. So he did the best thing he could possibly do, and he even did a little bit better than that by faking and tried to catch Weston rounding, the pinch runner, Tucker rounding the bag. He might have caught him straying.
And you saw Nick Mound went out to the mound just to try to settle his senior right-hander down a little bit as the Blue Jays with a little threat here with 2 outs in the 5th. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Austin Duncan steps in from the left side. Takes a called strike, 0-1. Duncan, a fine running back for the Blue Jays on the football field. Also plays baseball. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Mitch. Misses down and in, 1-1. Here you see Jesuit Athletic Director Dave Morrow in the background, watching things closely here at John Ryan Stadium. This is a big district game for both of these teams, and they know it.
Surprised Ridge Goodwin's playing as deep as he is out in left field. He needs, opposite-handed hitter, not his pull side. If he hits something soft in the left field, he's going to need to be able to throw out a guy at the plate.
Seawald takes a look at Tucker, running there at second for the Blue Jays. He pinch ran for Weston when he reached after his base hit, as Austin Duncan fouls that one off. So 1-2 to count to Austin Duncan. Jesuit looking for a big 2-out hit out of him, if they can get it. Here's a pitch from Seawald, breaking ball, hit towards third. Very easy play for Schmidt down at third. He'll step on the base, and that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the bottom half of the 5th inning. You're watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. We'll go to the 6th. It's Rummel and Jesuit, knotted at 1. Rhino Shield of Louisiana. With their ceramic coating technology, you'll never paint your home again. Contact former Tulane and New York Yankees pitcher Kevin Mamahat for a free estimate at 877-52-RHINO or go to rhinoshield.com. The guy to my right is one of the top salesmen over there, Kirk Bullinger, over at Rhino Shield.
We got a district, an old District 11 Quad A crew over there.
Yeah, heck of a softball team if y'all put it together.
Absolutely.
The Rhino Shield Rhinos.
The Rhinos.
All right, thank Kevin Mamahat for his support of these broadcasts. Give those guys a call. That's really an amazing product that they have to offer. Never paint your house again.
Absolutely, never have to paint your home again.
Swung on down to third. Throws across. He's got him, does Miller. That's the first out of the inning. As Hale grounds out 5-3.
Good job by Miller staying in front of that hot smash off the bat of Hale.
Tyler Hannon 0 for 2 on the night. Here's the pitch from Gibbs. Misses low.
It's a tough position to play over there on AstroTurf.
Misses down again. 2-0 to Tyler Hannon. He can really run as well. Rummel's got some good speed in this lineup. Tyler Hannon, number 30 for the Raiders. As he takes that one down, 3-0 to Hannon. Trying to give the Raiders a little spark here in the top of the sixth. We're in the late part of this game. It has been moving.
Yeah, the problem is the Rummel does have good wheels, but they can't get on first base in order to put them to good use.
There's a strike from Emerson Gibbs, so 3-1 now to Tyler Hannon. 3-1 pitch, swung on, grounded to short. Daigle's got it, takes his time, throws it across. Out number 2.
Another routine ground ball. Fielded cleanly by Daigle. Easy outs all over the ballpark tonight with these two guys firing it up there.
If you want to save up to 40% on auto insurance, call former Sean LSU pitcher Chase Dardar with State Farm Insurance. You can also get auto, homeowners, and life insurance, banking, and financial services. Call Chase at 504-861-4529 or visit chasedardar.com as Ray Veit slams one in the center, and he's on base with a single.
Tell you what, Crabtree made a great effort to catch up on, and I don't really know what that hit.
See it again here in the Robert Fresh Market replay. Veit hit a laser out there. Crabtree gave it great effort, but couldn't come up with the catch. And with 2 outs, Ray Veit is on first base, and Justin Sinibaldi now at the plate for the Rummel Raiders.
Looked like a short hop that Crabtree actually blocked with his glove. Once he knew he couldn't catch it because the ball was sinking pretty hard on him, he did the best he could to keep it in front of him. That was a great play, because if that gets by him, it might be an inside the park home run. So you got a lot of space back there.
It's a big, spacious park. Major league type dimensions here at John Ryan Stadium.
Big lead over there first.
Here's a pitch from Gibbs, swung on. Sinibaldi fouls this one down the right side. Oh, 1 the count to Justin. He'll be attending Nichols State. He'll be a colonel next year, as will Rummel's very good left-hander, Zach Thiak.
Got a good Rummel left-hander over there right now.
Wisecarver, absolutely.
Doing a great job for him over there at Nichols.
Emerson Gibbs keeping a close eye on Ray Veit over there at first base, as you see some people down in the Wally Pontiff Jr. Pavilion, which is down the right field side here at John Ryan Stadium. Nice gathering area. Here's the pitch from Emerson Gibbs. Fastball misses up. 1-1 the count. 2 down here in the top of the sixth. Rummel and Jesuit tied up at 1. Pick off again over the first. Veit's back in there. But with 2 outs, Joey Latino knows Nick Monica's trying to pick a spot to get Ray Veit in the scoring position. Yeah. So, you know, this is one of those, it's a chess match going back and forth between the 2 head coaches.
It really is. He's got, and Gibbs has got quick feet, good short arm action on the pickup, which is what you're looking for.
Here's the breaking ball that misses away.
I think that's his little cutter right there. He kind of uses it like a slider. It looks a little bit bigger than a cutter. It looks more like a slider to me than a cutter, but I think that's how he uses that pitch.
So you've got Tulane on the mound and Nicholls State at the plate right now. It's good to see so many players from these teams moving on to the collegiate ranks next year.
This is one of the hotbeds for high school baseball, this Metro New Orleans area.
Here's the pitch, swung on, ground ball to Bro at second. He's got it, tosses it over to first, and that'll do it. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We move to the 7th inning. Can you believe it? We're tied up only at 1. We'll be back. Tonight's game is brought to you by Protein Rush for dramatic muscle building morning, noon, and night. Protein Rush distributed locally by Southern Eagle. Grunman's Athletic Company is South's premier institutional team and recreational dealer of uniforms, equipment, and sports medicine supplies since 1955. Call us at 833-6602 or visit grunmans.com. Grunman's, it's more than a game.
If the Blue Jays are going to do anything, this is a perfect opportunity. Got 1, 2, 3 leading off here in the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. Tied at 1. Armand Daigle leading things off for Jesuit. 2-0 the count. Boy, they would love to get him on base.
Scored their only run. Reached on an error by a shortstop fight in the 4th.
This is up, 3-0. So 3-0 to Armand Daigle. Called strike there, 3-1. You can do a lot if this leadoff man can get on base.
Bunt, you can hit and run, you can steal. All kind of options.
Misses down, ball 4, so Armand Daigle draws a big walk for Jesuit to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Delary Camarda Realtors is dedicated to going the extra mile to help New Orleanians make the most of their real estate experience. If you're thinking of buying or selling in the New Orleans area, call Delary Camarda Realtors at 875-3555 or visit NOLAHomefinder.com as Mitchell Alexander's drag bunt goes foul. He'll come back and we'll do it again.
And you just said it. He tried to get out of the gate too fast. He just has to get this bunt down. It's not a drag bunt situation. It's a sacrifice bunt. He's got to give himself up right here. Make sure you get that ball down into fair territory.
I'd like to thank Ann Camarda and Joyce Delary for their support of these high school broadcasts over at Delary Camarda Realtors. Happy to have them on board as a sponsor. Great website, NOLAHomefinder.com. If you're looking for properties in the area, got a lot to look at. Seawall comes set, 1-1. Called strike, borderline, but Seawall got it, and that's a big call because now it's 1-2.
Good sinking fastball right on the outside corner. Again, the Jesuit faithful not real happy with that call. Shows bunt again with 2 strikes, takes it, 2-2.
And you see that a lot. I'm a big believer in it. If it's a sack bunting situation, we're sacking all 3 strikes.
Certain people, certain players, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Squares around the bunt, gets it down. He'll do his job by moving Armandego in the scoring position as Alexander is retired 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt. So fundamental baseball at its best right there. Leadoff man reaches, bunt him over.
Does put a lot of pressure on that bunter, but Alexander did a great job of making sure he got that one down.
It's our Robert fresh market replay. A man on second, 1 out for Matt Bro. Bro 0 for 1 on the night with a walk.
I don't know what Bro did mid-Seawald in the past, but he's earned himself a steady dose of breaking balls tonight.
Here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on and missed. Good fastball.
And after seeing so many off-speed pitches, it's tough to catch up to that 90-mile-an-hour heater when you do get it.
1-1 to Bro. Man on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouls that one off. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Seawald gets his sign from Migliori. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. It's called a foul ball. He's telling the batter to come on back. Brett Casera behind home plate, ruling it a foul ball.
Said it hit the knob of the bat, I guess. It's hard to tell from up here.
There's Joey Latino, the Jesuit head coach, won a state championship last year in his first year as the skipper of the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch, he throws it right by him. So Bro goes down swinging for the second out. That's going to bring up Matt Robert.
I think the telltale sign was the fact that Matt Bro didn't jump up and down after getting hit with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball or 89-mile-an-hour fastball. If it would have hit him in his hand, he would have been jumping around.
Here's Robert. 0 for 1, sac fly in the 4th, which plated Jesuit's only run of the game. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball down, 1-0. Another big spot here, another RBI situation for Matt Robert to be in against Mitchell Seawald. There's a good look at the big right-hander for the Rummel Raiders. And they're going to put him on, so Nick Monica is going to elect to intentionally walk Matt Robert. He says, you got me the first time, you're not getting me the second time. So Robert is down on first. You'll get a courtesy runner for him. He's the catcher. Tonight's game is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for 35 years. Building up the New Orleans Arena and the Hilario Center, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. So Spencer Miller steps in after the intentional pass to Robert. Jesuit now with runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Good swing by Miller right there. Very aggressive swing. Just couldn't catch up to the heater.
Miller 0 for 2, but he's put it in play both times. There's a good breaker for strike 2 from Seawald. 0-2 quickly to Spencer Miller. Lined out to Ray Vite at shortstop in the 5th. Runners take off, but Miller fouls that one back.
Good job of battling right there. That was a tough pitch for Miller to handle, and he did a great job of just reaching out and flicking it, fouled it off to stay alive. Give himself another chance.
Here's a pitch from Seawald, and he offered. Yes, he did. And that is the final out here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Spencer Miller goes down swinging. We will be back with the 7th inning. You're watching the First NBC Bank Prep Baseball Showcase on WHNO TV 20. Tonight's game is brought to you by First NBC Bank, where we pride ourselves on stability and soundness, high-quality service, long-term relationships, credibility, and efficiency. Stop by one of our 16 branches. First NBC Bank, come experience the difference. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. Danny Ream along with former Major Leaguer Kirk Bollinger, bringing you Clash of the Titans here between the Blue Jays and the Raiders, tied at 1 here as we start the 7th inning. Spencer Veit, the second baseman for the Raiders, will get things started.
Emerson Gibbs about ready to make his 77th pitch of the night.
Misses away, ball 1, so 1-0 to Spencer Veit.
The way this one's going, it's probably going to be left up to the bullpen.
There's a good looking breaking ball from Emerson. 1-1, count evens up. Spencer Veit 0 for 2 on the night, flew out in the 4th. So 1-2 the count to Spencer. Younger brother of Rummel shortstop Ray Veit. That's always special when you can be up the middle with your brother at this level.
It really is. That's pretty cool.
Time called, and he gets it.
It's kind of like the Ripkins doing it in the big leagues. That got to be a pretty neat feeling. My brother and I were 4 years apart, so we never actually were able to play together.
There's the 1-2 pitch from Gibbs, goes up the ladder with the fastball, and Spencer Veit offers and swings through it for out number 1. It's going to bring up Ross Badensky. You'll see it here on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Fastball up in the zone, took a hack at it, couldn't catch it for out number 1.
They call the old Linda Ronstadt fastball Blue Bayou.
There's a breaking ball on the first pitch to Badensky. The Jesuit faithful wanted that call, didn't get it, 1-0. There's a fastball back to the mound. Gibbs catches it on a line for out number 2. So Zach Schmidt, the third baseman, will now step in. You'll see it again. Badensky taking it right back up the middle. Emerson Gibbs showing off the leather. Good job of fielding his position there on the Robert Fresh Market replay. First pitch for a strike to Zach Schmidt, 0-1. Schmidt 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat. As a ground ball to third, Spencer Miller's got it, tosses it across, and that will do it for Rummel in the top half of the 7th inning. This is the First NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. Jesuit and Rummel tied at 1. Get a copy of this great matchup between the Blue Jays and the Rummel Raiders. Contact DW Productions at prepdvds@aol.com. Prepdvds@aol.com. A member of DW Productions will get back in touch with you and let you know how you can get a copy of this great game between the Blue Jays and the Raiders. This will be one to keep for a long time.
It's just amazing how evenly matched these two teams are.
Pinch hitter for the Blue Jays, number 5, Tyler Brands.
Pinch hitter for Jesuit, Tyler Prange will pinch hit. He's done a good job coming off the bench for Jesuit. Fouls off the first one. And Sinibaldi makes a great play down the first base side. A lot of people thought that one was out of the park, but Sinibaldi gave chase to it and is able to pull it in for the first out. So a nice job by Justin of staying with the play. That's going to bring up Dylan Weston, who grounds to Zach Schmidt at third. He throws it across, and he's retired 5-3 for the second out.
Well, that was short order.
This is going quick.
You can't even get your ads in.
I can barely keep up. I'm trying to keep the score, and all them, man, they are moving, these two teams here tonight. Fastball misses into Crabtree. Crabtree taking right there probably on purpose just to make Seawall pitch a little bit in this inning and make it last a little bit longer.
No question about it. 2 pitches, 2 outs. You've got to take that first pitch.
1-1 to count to Crabtree, who had an infield single in his last at-bat. 2-1 to Kyle. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Seawald. Swung on. Grounder to Zach Schmidt once again. He's got it. Throws across. That will do it for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 7th inning. These two teams are going to extras once again. We'll have it for you when we come back on WHNO TV. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium here in Metairie, Louisiana, the District 9 5A standings. This is a big game, and you can easily see why. Jesuit at 5-1, Brother Martin at 5-2, Rummel at 4-2. A Rummel win tonight would have all 3 teams tied up at 5-2 in district play, so this is a big one.
That would be so appropriate, wouldn't it? The way these 3 teams have played in the past few years.
As the Rummel catcher, Scott Migliori, gets things started here in the 8th. Fouls that one off quickly, 0-2.
Hey, hit a spot here. Eat, go, eat.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Emerson Gibbs. Fastball misses high. 1-2. Here's a 1-2 offering. Fastball away. Count evens up at 2-2. Put my money on a breaking ball right here, Bull.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, he's commanded it fine all night. The outside corner has been, like we said earlier, fairly liberal. Throw that breaking ball out there.
And you see Matt Robert getting the signal in from Joey Latino, who calls the pitches for Jesuit. There it is. There's the breaking ball, and he misses away. So the count is full, 3-2, and this is a huge pitch to the leadoff batter of the inning.
But now you can see dead red if you're Scott Migliore. He better turn it up a little bit. Catch up to this heater.
The 3-2 pitch swung on, fouled back out of play.
That's why I was talking about that 2-2 action pitch. You want something to happen on a 2-2 pitch because you don't want to go 3-2, especially in a situation like this, because then the hitter knows he's going to see the good old number 1. He got it and he missed it.
3-2. We'll do it again right here as time is called. You know, every pitch is so important, and it looked like Matt Robert wanted a little bit more clarification there from Joey Latino on what they're going to go with here in this 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball on the out of third, and Migliore swings through it for out number 1. This copyrighted telecast of the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of DW Productions and WHNO Television. Ridge Goodwin at the plate. Had a big triple for the Raiders earlier in the game.
He really is the owner of the only hard-hit ball tonight, for the most part.
We're in the top of the 8th. These two teams providing some free baseball once again as Goodwin swings through the fastball. Oh, it's 0-2.
Neither pitcher showing any signs of tiring or losing anything on their fastball up to this point.
We are tied at 1. Strike 3 as Ridge Goodwin wanted time, did not get it from the home plate umpire. He backed out of the box. Emerson Gibbs continued on with the pitch and threw a strike right down the middle. So technically Ridge Goodwin goes down looking. You'll see it again here. Bully, take us through it.
That's a great lesson for any of you young players out there. Do not back out of the batter's box until you know for sure that the umpire has granted you the timeout. And you should never take your hand off the bat. You should just yell, time, and hopefully you get it. If not, you're ready to hit.
Here's Scott Hale, the leadoff hitter and center fielder for the Rummel Raiders. He steps in. First pitch taken for a called strike, 0-1. Misses up with that breaker. 1-1, the count evens up. Or the fans out here are hanging on every pitch. There you see Nick Monica down in the third base coach's box as Hale takes a fastball for a called strike, now 1-2.
You have to love a baseball game like this where every pitch counts. There's nothing better.
Nick Monica in his second year as skipper of the Raiders. 2 second-year head coaches at both of these schools. There's a fly ball to center, and Hale is retired for the 3rd out here in the top of the 8th. We are moving on to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Jesuit and Rummel tied up at 1. Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 8th inning here at John Ryan Stadium. Danny Ream along with Kirk Bowenger's Austin Duncan leads things off for Jesuit. He takes the first pitch for a ball. That pitch for a called strike, so it's 1-1.
Little curious with that pitch selection to the 9-hole hitter to start off the bottom of the 8th. Seawald's dealing, overpowering with the fastball, and then he leads off the 9-hole hitter with a breaking ball. Why, I'm really not sure, and you can see he can't catch up with the fastball.
1-2 now as Joey Latino pulling for his hitter down there in the third base box. Swung on, ground ball, Sinibaldi's got it. He'll keep it himself for the first out. So Duncan goes down to lead off things here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, these BB core bats have really changed the game in the way it's played, the way it's managed, the way the pitchers approach it, the way the hitters approach it. It's a totally different animal.
Stepping in, the leadoff hitter for the Blue Jays. There's a breaking ball for a called strike. You know, I had some experience, a lot of the Spice tournaments that we played in last year with the New Orleans Spice 19 and under team. We had to use BB core bats, and I told a lot of coaches in the area that it was totally going to change the high school game. In my opinion, Kirk, and you may agree, I would spend just as much time at practice on my bunting and my short game as I did actual BP.
You absolutely have to. You have to work on the bunting, the hitting and running, you know, protecting runners. All the situational type of baseball, moving runners over when you do get a guy on second base and nobody out, you know, grounding the ball over to the right side, hitting behind the runner to get him over there.
Here you'll see again on the Robert Fresh Market replay, Armandego grounding out to Ray Veit, the fine shortstop for the Rummel Raiders. For the second out, Mitchell Alexander stepping in, 0 for 3 on the night.
We're even seeing the repercussions at the college level. I mean, every time somebody gets on base, they bunt the guy over because they know how hard it is to drive a ball in the gap. An extra base hit even is tough to come by. You're seeing 3- and 4-hole hitters asked to sacrifice bunt. Back in the day, you would never have seen Skip Bertman ask his 4-hole hitter to bunt.
Alexander actually 0 for 2 on the night. He sacrificed bunted in his last at-bat, just to clarify that one. As Mitchell Seawald comes with the 2-0 offering, 3-0 offering rather, and Alexander draws a walk on 4 pitches.
There's that 2-out walk we were talking about. Let's see if it comes back to hunt Mitch Seawald. The way he's pitching, I doubt it will.
Well, you've got some speed on the bases now with 2 outs. As Matt Bro steps in, the 3-hole hitter for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch from Seawald, taken for a called strike. 0-1.
Rummel Raiders have to be playing no doubles here with that winning run at first base.
See Matt Bro 0 for 2 with a walk in tonight's ball game.
Matt Bro hit a game-winning homer the other night
against Brother Martin.
Got some power.
Yep.
He's got some power.
Runner takes off, throws, not in time, he is safe. And you figure Joey Latino was going to put him in motion at some point in time with 2 outs and his 3-hole hitter up. And now the potential winning run is 180 feet away. So Mitchell Alexander swiping a bag in a big spot here for the Blue Jays. We're in extra innings at John Ryan. The bottom of the 8th. These two teams fighting hard in this District 9-5A matchup, tied at 1. Two-1 the count to Matt Bro, the Jesuit second baseman.
Raider outfield's playing a little bit deeper than I would right now.
Seawald misses away. Ball 3.
and they haven't hit a ball very deep off the seawall all night, there's really not a reason to be playing that deep because you've got to throw out the run at the plate if there's a base hit through the infield.
So the count's 3-1 to Matt Bro. First base is open. There's a good fastball out of seawall. 3-2, 2 outs. So the runner's going on contact. A base hit more than likely would win the game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Taken for a call. Strike. Bro goes down looking. That's the third out. And we will continue to play all night long, it looks like, here at John Ryan Stadium. We head to the ninth. Rummel and Jesuit tied at 1. Monday nights on WHNO Sports. Join us for Sports Nola TV. Brian Alley Walsh and Torrance Small join host Ken Trahan each week to break down the latest local sports happenings at Sports Nola TV, Mondays at 6 here on WHNO Television. Had the distinct honor of being a guest one week on that fine program. Lenny Van Gilder keeps it all together for those guys. Tapped out in front of the plate. Robert's got it. Tosses down the first for out number 1.
That was a great play by Matt Robert. Great play by Matt Robert, jumping out from behind the plate, gloved it, did a 360 and threw a dot right on the money at first base.
That was Tyler Hannon, who's retired. 2-3 for the first out here in the top of the ninth. That's going to bring up Ray Veit. Ray Veit hit it really hard in his last at-bat, that liner out to center. As that one gets away. 2-0 the count to Ray Veit. These two teams, extra innings once again. The first game went 9. This one is going at least 9.
Just a classic pitching duel right here. It's a shame that probably will come down to a duel between the bullpens to decide this one.
Swung on and missed. That pitch was moving.
Real good changeup right there.
Good movement on that one. 2-1 the count to Ray Veit. Here's the pitch. Ground ball chopped to short. Daigle's got it. Throws across. 6-3. Ray Veit is retired on the ground to the shortstop. That'll bring up Sinibaldi. Big first baseman Justin Sinibaldi for the Rummel Raiders, the senior. Here we'll see it again. Ray Veit grounds out to Armand Daigle. Comes in and gets it. Makes a nice throw over to Weston at first base for the Blue Jays.
I think Armand Daigle might have flashbacks on that play from the last time these two teams met. He whipped that ball right into the glove, make sure he wasn't gonna juggle or bobble that one, and made a nice strong throw to first base.
First pitch, a strike to Sinibaldi. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball misses away. 1-1, and now, like you mentioned, Kirk, we're really getting into a spot where the bullpens are going to be called upon. It looks like the Blue Jays have C.J. Averard down in theirs. I believe that's C.J. down there. We'll try to get a number to confirm it. Here's a ground ball to second. Bros got it. Tosses it over to first. Cinnabali is retired for the final out of the inning. We'll be back. We move to the bottom of the ninth on the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. If you're interested in purchasing a DVD copy of tonight's game, send an email to prepdvds@aol.com. A representative of DW Productions will contact you with more information if you would like a copy of this classic Jesuit Rummel matchup here at John Ryan Stadium. Prepdvds@aol.com. We'll get info to you on how to secure a copy.
Wind's picked up a little bit out, blowing out to left. That one's going to get held up in it.
Matt Robert swinging at the first pitch from Mitchell Seawald here in the bottom of the ninth. He flies out to right for out number one. Here comes Spencer Miller. Swung on and missed. Got a little piece of it.
A little foul tip right into the catcher's mitt.
There's another strike. Mitchell Seawald still pumping.
Yeah, so I say a pretty good indication when you foul him off into the catcher's mitt that he's still got his velocity. He's not showing any signs of tailing off.
Fastball misses high. Pop in the mitt.
He likes to elevate that fastball with 2 strikes, doesn't he? It's tough to lay off of it.
You see it better.
And it looks a lot like his curveball. Right
There's
there.
the breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Shane Rigdon down at first base says he did not go. We'll see it again. Decide for yourself here on the Robert Fresh Market replay.
Did not go.
Good call by Shane Rigdon as Kirk Bullinger agrees. Long foul ball down the left field side. You could see some action in the Rummel bullpen. And both of these young men, Emerson Gibbs and Mitchell Seawald, neither one of them deserves to lose.
You're absolutely right.
You're going to have to turn this over to your bullpen pretty soon. You've got to protect these young men's arms. Next pitch is going to be pitch 120 for Mitchell Seawald.
That's about a limit. That should be his limit for tonight.
Ground ball is short. Ray Vite's going to have to come get it. Gets rid of it. And he retires Spencer Miller for the second out.
Ray's got to come in and get those balls a little bit on this. This AstroTurf is a lot different than the AstroTurf that we know from back in the 70s and 80s with the cookie cutter ballparks in the big leagues where the ball used to skip. The ball actually checks up on this new turf.
There you see number 20, Andrew Papadopoulos, the senior right-hander down in the Rummel pen. So looks like they'll go from Seawald to Papadopoulos if Nick Monica is going to make a move. Here's Gogrieve. 2-0 count to Gogrieve. Here's the 2-0 offering. Fastball misses, 3-0. And you got to be careful here because both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. You're going to have a chance to compete for a state championship, and you definitely don't want to have a sore arm, a bum arm come up with only a couple weeks to go in the regular season. That would prolong itself into the state playoffs.
Well, exactly. I mean, this is a big game for the district championship, but not for the state championship.
As
That's really what you're playing for.
A chopper that Zach Smith will cut off, does a nice job coming across as the third baseman should. And he retires Gogri 5-3 to the final out here in the bottom of the ninth. We move to the 10th at John Ryan Stadium. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. We head to the 10th. 1-1, Rummel and Jesuit knotted up in this huge District 9-5A matchup. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be out number one as Spencer Veit grounds to the first baseman, Dylan Weston.
Another first pitch fastball swinging, and not a whole lot going on. We ground ball to first base.
Well, like we talked about in the pregame show, this could be a sign of things to come with Gibbs going to Tulane and Mitch Seawall going up to Baton Rouge to pitch for the LSU Tigers.
Might be a midweek matchup next year, late February, early March.
Here's Ross Badensky. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-2 to Badensky. One out here in the top of the 10th. The first one took 9. This one's going to take at least 10.
Well, the fans are getting their money's worth in more ways than one. Great baseball game. You get a little bonus playing.
Badensky 0 for 2 on the night. Walked in the 5th. There's a good fastball from Emerson Gibbs that Badensky cannot catch up to. That's out number 2. Here comes Zach Smith, the third baseman, who's done a nice job on the defensive side of things tonight. A lot of chances over there at the hot corner in this game.
They haven't been all that hot. I think one was hot. The rest of them, as Harry Carey would say, easy rollers to third base. A lot of easy rollers all over the infield tonight.
Swung on, ground ball. Spencer Miller's got it, throws across. That'll do it for the Raiders in the top half of the 10th. So 3 up, 3 down for Rummel in the top of the 10th. We will be back. You're watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase on WHNO. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. Danny Bream along with former Major Leaguer Kirk Bullinger as we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Jesuit and Rummel tied up at 1.
Phenomenal ball game, great pitching, great defense. What more could you ask for?
Fastball misses high to Dylan Weston. Seawald has thrown 9 innings, given up only 2 hits, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Fastball misses down. 2-0 the count.
And really, that's the best chance that you have against him is him with the free pass. 5 walks and 9 innings.
Dylan Weston 1 for 3 on the night. Had Jesuit's first hit of the game. That was in the 5th inning. Trying to get on base here in the bottom of the 10th against Mitchell Seawald. Fouls that one away.
Good old emergency hack. The 9-1-1 swing right there. Fighting it off to staying alive.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouls it off again.
He's still beating it with the fastball, and we're here in the 10th inning.
2 good arms on the mounds tonight for these 2 teams. Dylan Weston having an at-bat right here, really being a tough out for Jesuit. Here's the pitch from Seawald. Swung on and fouled away. And this is huge. This is huge, though, Kirk, when you look at the pitch count, the current pitch count of Mitchell Seawald. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
One way or the other.
Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high, and the leadoff man is on for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 10th. And more than likely, we're going to get a pinch runner right here. Here he comes. Number 11 for Jesuit, Mason Coppins, the junior, will run at first base.
Pitch runner for the Blue Jays, number 11. Mason Coppins.
Here comes Kyle Crabtree to the plate for Jesuit. There you see Kenny Goodlett talking things over with Coppins, the pinch runner. This is a big spot in the bottom of the 10th with the leadoff man on, nobody out. Seawald still out on the bump for the Raiders.
Definite bunt situation. And this is one of those situations where you're probably going to have the first baseman, the third baseman charging. Seawald's got to field his position well.
Third baseman Zach Schmidt for Rummel, way up. He's expecting the bunt. Squares around, gets it down. The first baseman, Sinibaldi, will tag him out, but the runner advances. So Jesuit now with the winning run in scoring position with 1 out.
And Sinibaldi wasn't charging on that. That ball was bunted very, very hard down the first base line, and Sinibaldi fielded that with fairly lackadaisically, didn't come get it at all.
Joey Latino going to his bench once again with a pinch hitter in the form of Tanner Lee, who will pinch hit for Austin Duncan as Nick Monica trots out to the mound. And we'll see if he's going to leave him in or take him out.
Don't you think if Sinibaldi was charging, because you know they're bunting, they got the 8th hole hitter up, if he's charging on it, he might catch that ball on one hop. You've got a force out at second base.
He's going to leave him in, and you got to believe that he is leaning on his senior pitcher to let him know how he feels. So Nick Monica just went out there to talk it over, probably a how you feel type of meeting, and obviously Seawald says he can stay in there, even though his pitch count is getting to be substantial.
Tanner Lee's hitting for Austin Duncan.
That one's fouled off by Tanner Lee. He had a hack. Tanner Lee, also quarterback in football for the Blue Jays. He'll be the starter this coming year for Wade Kaiser.
He's getting a good look from Tulane, isn't he?
A lot of people are taking a look at him. Got a real nice arm. Split time last year with Cameron Dobbins on that quarterfinalist team that the Blue Jays had on the football field, and he'll be the guy this coming season. Fouled off once again. Seawall jumps out ahead of Tanner Lee quickly, 0-2. I'd like to thank you for being with us here for the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. Really enjoying bringing these great high school games to you. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back again.
That one had a little bit more. It was a little bit more in the middle of the plate, but it was elevated enough that Tanner Lee wasn't able to catch up to it. But if that ball's down a little bit, Tanner Lee was right on that one.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Seawald as he steps off. Mason Coppins running at second for Jesuit. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses, down and away. 1-2.
That was a good pitch. I don't know how he took that one because I would have been swinging.
1-2 is the count to the pinch hitter, Tanner Lee. Bottom of the 10th, 1-1. What a game. Fouls another one off.
Another battle. Seawald's shaking his head. Just can't seem to finish him off right now.
This is almost a stake at bat. A lot of coaches will give a steak dinner if you have a 10-pitch at bat or more. Swung on, hit hard to Schmidt, looks the runner back, throws across, sent a ball, he's got it. For out number 2, Tanner Lee hit it hard, just right at Zach Schmidt. Like we said earlier, Zach Schmidt's done a great job of playing defense down at third tonight, and that was the hot corner.
That was one of the sharpest hit balls of the game. It just happened to be right at him. When you're playing in a game like this, it seems like that's how all the hard hit balls go, right at somebody.
The Raiders have intentionally walked Armin Daigle. And that's going to bring up Mitchell Alexander.
Is that walk number 7 for the Blue Jays tonight?
Here's the first pitch to Alexander, taken for a called strike. The 0-1 the count to Mitchell Alexander. Here's the pitch. Ball down. 1-1. Alexander 0 for 2 on the night with a sacrifice bunt and a walk.
If I'm Alexander, I'm looking for a fastball on the outside part of the plate. I'm going to just try to shoot it over to left field.
Swung on and fouled back. 1-2.
That one actually got a little bit more of the plate than either Seawald or Migliori wanted right there. Good cut by Alexander.
Here's the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Fastball misses away. 2-2, and boy, you can just sense it in the ballpark. Everybody is just hanging on every single pitch.
I think those 2 tough at-bats in this inning have really put the finishing touches on Mitch Seawald. I think he's really tired at this point in the game.
1 on and missed. So Seawald strikes out Alexander, and that will do it for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 10th. We're going to have to reset the scoreboard here at John Ryan. There's only room for 10 innings. We move to the 11th. It is Jesuit and Rummel knotted up at 1. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. We're at the top of the 11th inning. An all-nighter here at John Ryan. Free baseball between the Blue Jays and the Raiders as we continue to stay knotted at 1 run apiece. Scott.
I don't think I've ever seen this in a high school baseball game or a college baseball game, period.
Scott Migliore getting things started for Rummel here in the top of the 11th. They've had to reset the scoreboard here at John Ryan because there was only room for 10 innings.
It's unbelievable. And the Emerson Gibbs is taking him out for his 11th inning.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Migliore. This is high and away, 1-2.
I would imagine Seawald is pretty much done for the night at 147 pitches.
Fastball misses down and away. Count goes to 2-2.
That's a pitch right there you take with 2 strikes and you just hope the umpire doesn't call a strike because there's nothing you can do with it. That was an excellent pitch made by Emerson Gibbs right there.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. On a miss. Migliore goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the top of the 11th. That's going to bring up Ridge Goodwin as you see it again right here on the Robert Fresh Market replay. A swing and a miss there by Migliore. Here's Ridge Goodwin. Takes the first pitch down for ball 1.
And you know Ridge would like to make up for Thursday night's misplay of the final play of the game against Brother Martin, in which Rummel lost 2-1. Again, extra innings, which we've seen a lot of lately.
Counts 1-1 to Ridge. There's a breaking ball. Misses high. 2-1.
There's that little cutter again. Goodwin laid off of it.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 2-2. We knew this could happen. We didn't know it would happen, but we knew it could happen with these 2 guys on the mound. These are 2 of the finest arms in the state. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled. Both teams having some long, gutsy type at bats that are really driving the pitch counts up.
They really are, especially Jesuit hitters.
He's got his sign. Here it is, the 2-2 swung on, fouled out of play down the left side here at John Ryan. Great crowd on hand.
As good a crowd as I've seen at this ballpark so far.
There you see Andrew Papadopoulos down in the Rummel Raider bullpen. Gibbs misses up. That'll put the count full at 3-2.
Big pitch right here. Again, looking for the fastball. If you're Ridge Goodwin, you should get it. You ought to put a good swing on it.
Here it is. Swung on, ground ball to first. Dylan Weston, sure-handed down there at first. He's got it. And that is the second out of the inning.
He got the fastball, but it was a little bit in on his hands. He wasn't able to work the barrel to the ball. And again, easy ground ball.
Scott Hale, get a good look at him there. 1 for 4 tonight. RBI single way back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Gibbs. Called strike outside corner. 0-1 to Hale. 2 outs here in the top of the 11th inning. Jesuit and Rummel knotted up at 1-2. Up the ladder.
one thing we've seen a lot of tonight is some balls, a lot of high balls being swung at, a lot of balls in the dirt being swung at.
Oh no! Fastball just off the outside part of the plate. Blue Jay fans wanted that one. It's really a great atmosphere here at John Ryan.
The pitch selection by the hitters tonight has not been all that great.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hale stays alive as he fouls it back. There's Nick Monica down the third base box trying to figure out a way to just get a run. Just got to get one more than likely the way this one's going. Here's the pitch from Gibbs. Swung on, grounded to second. Rose got it. And that'll do it for the Raiders in the top of the 11th. You are watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. We'll be back on WHNO. This pitching change is brought to you by Rhino Shield of Louisiana. It's a Rhino Shield pitching change as number 20, Andrew Papadopoulos, with a 3-2 record at 3.55 ERA, comes to the mound for the Rummel Raiders. So Mitchell Seawald has exited the game, and just because really pitch count, I mean, he had to come out at this point, so Papadopoulos will come on and try to keep things going on the mound for the Raiders. As Matt Bro steps in for Jesuit. That one was high and tight.
Watching him back last two at-bats. Nearly hit twice in his last two at-bats.
Bro 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. That one gets away. 2-1.
Now it looks like it's probably going to be the battle of the bullpens. Finally, we're only in the bottom of the 11th.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Matt Bro. Misses away. Count goes to 3-1. There's a good look at the right-hander Papadopoulos now on the mound for Rummel. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Bro. Called strike. And the count goes full. 3-2. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away.
And Brett Casella has been calling that pitch on the outside corner all night long, so it shouldn't be a shock to anybody really in this ballpark. I know it wasn't a shock to Matt Bro.
There you see the Raider Nation. A lot of Rummel fans out here at the ballpark. Both schools well represented here tonight in this big district matchup. That's what it's all about. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He came back and got him. So Blow goes down swinging for the first out. That's going to bring up Matt Robert, the Blue Jay catcher.
Good fastball right on the outside corner again. Hey, if the umpire's going to call it out there, you got to keep going to it. Matt Bro just swung right over it.
So Papadopoulos comes all the way back. Robert 0 for 2 tonight with a sac fly and an intentional walk. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well out to center field, but Hale is there, and he puts it away for the second out.
That fastball was not located as well as the last one, and Robert put a really good swing on it. Hit a laser.
See it again here on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Hit it hard, but Hale moves right into it to put it away for the out. Here's Spencer Miller for Jesuit. Takes the first pitch for a ball, so it's 1-0. Fastball up. 2-0 the count to Spencer. 2 outs, nobody on for Jesuit here in the bottom of the 11th. There's a good looking fastball out of Papadopoulos. Count goes to 2-1.
Jonathan Broxton like Andrew Papadopoulos is.
That one's popped up. Will they have a play? Migliori's watching it, and it is foul as it hits the top of the grandstand here at John Ryan Stadium. There's a good look in the background of the Wally Pontiff Jr. Pavilion. Fastball misses away. 3-2.
The pavilion's well populated tonight.
Oh, this is a great crowd. You've got some standing room only in the grandstand. The bleachers down the left field line are packed with people. People in the Wally Pontiff Jr. Pavilion. As ball 4 is thrown to Spencer Miller, and he's on with 2 outs. So Jesuit with a base runner now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 11th.
18, Alex Roy.
Pinch hitter for Jesuit. Number 18, Alex Roy, will hit. There's a good look at Alex. Hitting 250 on the year with 4 RBI. Here's the first pitch to Roy. Fastball misses up. 1-0. Migliori wants to talk things over with Andrew Papadopoulos.
Again, another good opportunity to run for the Blue Jays. Might as well take a shot at it, Danny.
2 outs. There's the pitch to Roy. Strike called, 1-1.
Got to try to make something happen here.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Papadopoulos. Swung on, hit in the air. Sinibaldi and Migliori will give chase, but it is out of play. So the count goes to 1-2 to Alex Roy. Andrew Papadopoulos came in to relieve Mitchell Sewall, who had another great performance tonight. There's a called strike 3 as Alex Roy goes down looking. And that will do it for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 11th. We move to the 12th. We'll be back on WHNO. There you see Emerson Gibbs on the mound for the Blue Jays. He has retired 16 consecutive batters in this game as we move into the top of the 12th inning. And the first pitch
Right field
to Tyler Hannon is a ball down in the zone.
Jesuit's last hit came in the bottom of the 5th. They had back-to-back singles.
Breaking ball, called strike. 1-1 to Tyler Hannon.
Priceless.
Hannon 0 for 4 tonight. Swung on, ground ball to first. And Weston has it for out number 1.
Weston has had his healthy share of unassisted putouts.
A lot of action over there at first base tonight for Dylan Weston as Ray Veit steps in, the shortstop for the Rummel Raiders. Fastball taken for a called strike. 0-1 to Ray Veit. Veit singled in the 6th as a breaking ball misses down and away. 1-1 count to Ray Veit. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, takes it up in the zone. Pulled it back like he was thinking about dragging right there. 2-1. Swung on, fly ball to deep left center field. Crabtree giving chase, and he's got it way out in center field. Crabtree with a great catch as Ray Veit really put that one deep into the left center field gap.
That was a great play by Crabtree, and the only way he got to that ball was because he got a great jump off the bat of Veit. I thought that ball was going to get over his head because that's exactly where the wind's blowing, but Crabtree did an unbelievably good job of getting a great jump and tracking that one down in the gap.
Here's Justin Sinibaldi. Sinibaldi 0 for 4 on the night. Two outs here in the top of the 12th. Breaking ball misses away, 1-1. There's a good look at Justin, the first baseman for Rummel. Fastball misses down, 2-1. And really offensively for both teams, you're just looking for any kind of spark at this point in time.
There comes a time we got to kind of create your own spark. When you get an opportunity. I'm surprised I haven't seen a drag bunt, push bunt.
Sinibaldi sends this one out to right field, but Alexander pulls it in. Hit it well, but Alexander was there, and that will do it for Rummel in the top of the 12th. We will be back. You're watching the First NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. are back at John Ryan Stadium. Danny Ream along with former Major Leaguer Kirk Bullinger as Dylan Weston, the first baseman for the Blue Jays, is ready to get things started. And he fouls that one off down the line. 3 Raiders giving chase. They can't get there. And the count will be 0-1.
Come on, D.
Papadopoulos is picking up right where Sewald left off. So far, getting ahead of the hitters.
There's a breaking ball away. Kirk, what's the longest game you've played in?
Played in a 21-inning game in St. Petersburg, Florida, Florida State League. It was a low-scoring game like this, and then it seemed like every time it looked like it was going to be over, we would score again and tie it in the bottom frame. We were the home team that night. We were playing the Lakeland Tigers.
There's a ground ball to Vite at short. He'll scoop it up, throws it over, and yes, they say Sinibaldi did pick it up before the runner touched. And that will retire Dylan Weston. We'll watch it again here in the Robert Fresh Market replay. The ground ball to Vite. Throws it across a little low. Sinibaldi bobbled it, but got it back just in time. Good call down there by Shane Rigdon.
Shane Rigdon, right on top of that one.
There's a one-hopper to the second baseman, Spencer Vite, who tosses it over to retire Crabtree. 4-3 for the second out. And here comes Austin Duncan as Papadopoulos has picked up where Mitchell Sewald left off. Pounds that one back, yep. Throwing strikes, that's the name of the game. Especially with these new bats.
It comes back to those bats. You can be so much more aggressive as a pitcher nowadays than you once were able to be, and you can just attack these hitters, because if they don't square it up, they've got no chance.
Number 25, Andrew Mitchell, heads down to the Jesuit bullpen as Austin Duncan takes a breaking ball for strike 2.
And for those who are not familiar with the BB-Core bats, what they did with those bats, not only have they changed the type of alloy, but they've also shrunk the sweet spot. They've minimized the sweet spot on the barrel of the bat, which they say is worse than a wooden bat these days.
Well, I've told a lot of people, I've had conversations with local college coaches, and they feel like they hit more home runs in BP with wood than they do with these new BB-Core bats, and that's a huge statement.
It really is.
That one gets away, 1-2. During the College World Series last year, they did a little piece where they showed you, it was the sounds of the game, so to speak. As Austin Duncan reaches out and hits that one out in the right, and it is caught by Tyler Hannon. And that will do it. We'll talk more about the bats when we get back. As Tyler Hannon puts that one away, we will be back. Rummel and Jesuit tied at 1. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium as we move to the top of the 13th. Friday the 13th. Maybe we'll play 13.
Very well could be. I know one thing, Emerson Gibbs is never going to want to see another Friday the 13th after this one.
Gibbs that was his 149th pitch as Matt Crow tosses it over to retire Spencer Veit for the first out. You'll see it again here on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Spencer Veit hitting it over there to the second baseman, Matt Crow, makes a nice throw to retire him for the first out here in the top of the 13th. 20 consecutive batters retired by Emerson Gibbs. That is an outstanding feat at this level of play.
That is. That's an unbelievable outing against a quality ball club, too.
I don't want to put the mouth on him, Bull, but if he retires one more Raider, that is the equivalent of a 7-inning perfect game.
Oh, goodness.
We told you this was going to be a good one. You had Tulane against LSU on the mound out here tonight. Ross Badensky at the plate for the Raiders with one out. Swung on and missed. Badensky goes down swinging for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Raider third baseman Zach Schmidt. And Emerson Gibbs has the equivalent of a 7-inning perfect game with that strikeout. Unbelievable.
See if we can go for 9.
I've never seen anything like this at the high school level.
I'm speechless.
Never played in anything like this, never coached in anything like this. This is a night to remember. And you can thank BB Core Bats. As Zach Schmidt fouls that one down the right field side.
BB Core Bats, new turf, a nice liberal strike zone, and a big yard. That all is very conducive to a pitcher's duel.
Robert wants it again from Latino. Joey Latino calls every pitch. There you see Emerson Gibbs has retired the last 21 hitters faced. That's the equivalent of 7 perfect innings.
Coach Latino's going to have carpal tunnels down there with all the signs he's given tonight. That's about 160 tonight.
2-1 count to Zach Schmidt. Swung on, fouls that one off. 2-2. There you see all the fans in the Wally Pontiff Jr. Pavilion. Standing room only crowd out here at the John Ryan Stadium. Jesuit's brand new home for baseball. Emerson Gibbs misses away with the breaking ball, so we'll go 3-2 to Zach Schmidt. 2 outs here in the top of the 13th. Swung on, hit out to right, base hit, and Zach Schmidt has reached, and that is the first Rummel Raider that we have seen on base in a very long time. As Schmidt singles out to right. And that is the first hit for both teams in extra innings.
Finally, one of them found the turf safely. 2 outs here in the 13th.
Base hit on the Robert Fresh Market replay, and there's another base hit. Back-to-back base hits for the Rummel Raiders with 2 outs here in the top of the 13th. So now Rummel has the go-ahead run. just 180 feet away. And you hear the Rummel student section chanting RG3 for Rich Goodwin, number 3, who is due up next. There's another shot of the base hit by Scott Migliori, the Rummel catcher, out to center field on our Robert Fresh Market replay. If you haven't been to a Robert Fresh Market grocery store, take some time to go shop at one. They're really nice. A lot of wonderful items throughout the store. Great arrangements. One of the finer grocery stores you'll find in the area, the Robert Fresh Markets. Here's Rich Goodwin. 1 for 4 tonight. He had a big triple. He scored Rummel's only run. He's up here with 2 outs in the top of the 13th. Go-ahead run in scoring position in the form of Zach Schmidt. There's a breaking ball from Emerson Gibbs. Counts 1-1 to Rich Goodwin. There's the Rummel dugout. Rally caps are on in the Raider dugout. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Started off, Brad. Stop. Called strike 1 and 2 to Goodwin. Great atmosphere here tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses. There you see some of the Jesuit fans in the bleachers down the left field line.
I'm not so sure if that wouldn't have been called a strike had Robert not dropped that pitch.
So 2-2 count to RG3, as they call him. Fastball misses inside. 3-2, 2 outs, runners going on the pitch. This is a huge spot.
The merry-go-round will be going as soon as Gibbs lifts his front foot. Great time to do the inside move right here. Excellent time.
And as the base runner, you've got to check that off before you get moving. He's going to the plate. Runners take off. Call, third strike. Gibbs pitches out of it. And that will do it for the Rummel Raiders in the top half of the 13th. We continue on. We'll be back at the bottom of the 13th, the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. Danny Ream and Kurt Bullinger bringing you this classic matchup between the Blue Jays and the Raiders. We're in the 13th inning. Ground ball back to the mound. Armin Dago is thrown out as Dago hits it right back up the middle to Papadopoulos, who knocks it down and makes the play. You'll see it again here.
He knocked it down with his knee. He had the wherewithal to pick it up and throw him out at first.
That's your Robert Fresh Market replay. There's a called strike to Mitchell Alexander.
Come on, Nick.
called strike. Alexander now 0-2. Papadopoulos, Kirk, has done a great job of coming in behind Seawald.
He's doing his job.
They haven't fallen off a whole lot when they went to their pen. It's a sign of a great team. When your bullpen can give you a performance like this behind great starting pitching.
And you're right, you cannot be a great team if you don't have a solid bullpen.
Well, here comes Matt Bro as Alexander's retired on strikes. Bro 0 for 4 with a walk. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 13th.
Come on, bro! Come on, bro!
I don't know about you, but I had plans to go have dinner after this game. It looks like I'm going to have breakfast after this game.
You'll be finding a 24-hour joint
the Tiffin
for pretty long.
IHOP.
Here's the 1-1 pitch taken up in the zone by Matt Bro, the Blue Jays second baseman. He's a real fiery player. I like him a lot. Really plays hard every day out. Swung on, base hit up the middle. The Blue Jays have a runner on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 13th.
Took him 8 innings to get a hit.
We'll watch it again on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Matt Bro taking it right back where it came from, up the middle. And Jesuit has the potential winning run on base with 2 outs. Our Robert Fresh Market replay.
Target practice out there on Andrew Papadopoulos. 2 hot smashes right up the middle in this inning.
Here's Matt Robert, the Jesuit catcher, stepping in from the right side. Fastball misses up and away, 1-0. See if Joey Latino tries to put Bro in motion. And another big thing you got to do here, Kirk, is look for that ball in the dirt, or you can move up 90 feet, get yourself in the scoring position.
Big gap out in right center field, a lot of room. And Robert's got really good power that way.
Papadopoulos misses down. 2-0 the count to Robert, so he can really sit on a pitch right here. Swung on, ground ball back to the mound. Papadopoulos tosses it over, and that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 13th. We move on to the 14th. You are watching the first NBC Prep Baseball Showcase. Welcome back to John Ryan Stadium. There's Emerson Gibbs. He's back for more. It's the top of the 14th. 13 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 base on ball, 10 strikeouts for Emerson Gibbs. At one point in this game, he had retired 21 consecutive Rummel Raider hitters. First pitch misses inside, 1-0.
You gotta get hit with that one, huh? This late in the game, gotta take one for the team. I know they got some ice in that dugout.
Struggle less?
Remarkably, he's back on the mound.
Scott Hale leading things off for the Rummel Raiders as Gibbs misses down and away. Count 2-0 to Hale to lead things off.
Scott Hale ought to be taken right here.
And he is. So 2-1 to Hale. 1 for 5 RBI single back in the third, which I can barely remember at this point. There's a pitch from Gibbs. Swung on, ground ball hit to Bro. He's got it. Tosses it to first. And he is out as Dylan Weston makes an athletic play around the bag. The throw was off a little bit, but he was able to get it and get his foot back in time. Here you'll see it again. Scott Hale grounding it to Matt Bro. There's the throw. Kind of got away from him a little bit, but Dylan Weston doing a nice job of getting back to the base. Shane Rigdon down at first making the call.
Got under that throw a little bit, sailed on him.
Here's Tyler Hannon. Fouls that one off. Tyler Hannon, speedy outfielder for the Raiders. There's the pitch, swung on. Foul ball once again, 0-2 to Tyler Hannon. They'll be talking about this one for a while, Kirk.
This is one for the record books, one for the ages.
You really got to start seeing what's the longest Rummel Jesuit game ever played. This may be it. I don't know. There's the pitch from Gibbs, misses away.
Rob, I bet you Emerson Gibbs has set some records tonight. Several.
A storied career for sure for Emerson Gibbs at Jesuit. Breaking ball, swung on. Weston has some trouble with it. Gibbs covers, and they retire Tyler Hannon 3-1. That's the second out of the inning. You'll see it again here on the Robert Fresh Market replay. Tyler Hannon hit it hard. Dylan Weston knocks it down, and Gibbs comes over, covering first just like he should be. Good job of getting off the mound quickly to pick up the out.
Gibbs has done an excellent job tonight of fielding his position, especially in regards to covering first base on the ground balls to the right side.
Here's Ray Veit, Raiders shortstop. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ray, who's really hit it hard his last 2 at-bats. He hit a hard line in the center, and then he hit the deep fly ball to left center in his last at-bat. So he's seeing it pretty good right now. Fastball, throws it right by him.
The wind's died down a little bit since the last time he had come up to bat.
1-2 to Ray Veit. He'll be playing college baseball at LSU Eunice. He swings through a breaking ball for strike 3. And that will do it for Rummel in the top of the 14th inning. We move to the bottom of the 14th. You are watching the first NBC Bank Prep Baseball Showcase. We'll be back.